Hi, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Jan, I'm a yoga teacher, and today I'm going to share with you the second part on the body speaks to you. So in the first video, I shared with you, depending on the location of the pain or the hurt, the meaning behind it. So we said if it's the arms, it's about doing. If it's about the legs, it's about going. If it's the head, it's about control. If it's the back, it's support. And if it's digestion, it's about processing life. If you want to check it out, the link is in the description and even maybe in the comments already. So go check it out in case you're not clear with it. Today, I'm going to move on to another part of the same subject because it's not just about the location, it's also about the nature of the hurt. So again, I wrote down many things, so I may look down, but it really comes from the heart. I hope you can feel it. So inflammation, fracture, sprain, fatigue, or growth, they all have different meanings, as you can imagine. And the nature of the disease is part of the message. Okay, so let's get right into it with inflammation. Okay, inflammation. What do you think about when you hear about inflammation? Inflammation, right? Flame, it's fire, it's burning. Something is burning. So something is burning inside, and it's the body's way to express anger, irritation, or frustration. I'm starting with this one because it's the one that speaks the most to me. Because something hasn't found its voice. Okay, there is something that needs to get out, and it can be even a pimple. You know, it wants to get out, but it just cannot, and it's the way that it gets out. So Louise Hay, who's my reference for this series of video, she's associating inflammation with anger and frustration about conditions you are looking at in your life. And it's like a fire that tries to get out of you. So ask yourself those questions. What or who am I angry at? And of course, sometimes it's not about the people around you, it's about yourself. It's very easy to be angry at yourself and to be in denial. So yeah, don't forget yourself. The second question would be, what do I find unfair or impossible to change? You know, it reminds me of this prayer for Alcoholic Anonymous. Anonymous Alcoholic, I don't know in which order it is. Anonymous Alcoholic, I think. So it's, please God, give me the strength to change what I can change. Give me patience so I don't try to change things that I cannot. And give me the wisdom to know the difference between both. I mean, the day I was told this, it really changed my life because it's so true. Like, do what you can, but if you cannot, accept to let go. And to know when to let go is a big thing. So acknowledging that emotion of anger, frustration, just by naming it is already part of the healing. Because right now, that's the first step, right? It's to acknowledge that it exists, it's there, and that's what's bothering you from deep inside. Second part, we're going to talk about fractures. If you're lucky enough to never have broken anything, good for you. But it's when life forces us to stop. All right, you break something, it means stop. Like, you have to stop. When a bone breaks, it's often a message of resistance. We're forcing a direction that doesn't suit us anymore. I'm letting some pauses so you let that sink in. Fractures can appear when we refuse to slow down or when we try to stay on the path that feels wrong. Now, maybe it speaks to your own life, maybe it speaks to someone that is close to you, and you realize, oh yes, they were going that direction and they broke a bone. And yeah, it helped them to reconsider their lives because they were forced to stop. And somehow they understood that that was not the direction they should go in. Yeah, I think that's very interesting. The body steps in and says, stop, you can't move forward like this. It's not punishment, it's redirection. So when something breaks, ask yourself, what needs to change? Where am I going? And definitely this is not where I should be going, you know. Okay. Third part, we're going to talk about twists and sprains, okay? That's more about inner conflict, okay? When you twist an ankle or your wrist, there's often a conflict of direction. So the wrist is about the doing, and the ankle is about the going, you know? That's where you couple things together. So you're like being pulled in two opposite ways. A part of you wants to go forward, another part says no. You need to step back. The tension between them shows up physically. Like you would like to go left, but your body goes right, you know, and there is something where it twists and it's not, it forces you as well to stop and to rest and to reconsider the situation. So the questions to ask yourself are, where am I hesitating? Am I saying yes when I mean no? Sometimes to please people, we tend to say yes to things we actually are not comfortable with. So that's when the twistings happen. Yeah. Part 4, fatigue and weakness, when energy runs out. So when the body is exhausted, it's not betraying you, it's protecting you. Let me repeat that. It's not betraying you, it's protecting you. Okay. Fatigue says you're giving too much. You've carried too much. So Louise Hay describes chronic fatigue as resistance, boredom, lack of love for what one does. But there's another way to see it. Fatigue is your body whispering, please stop pushing. I need care, not effort. It's not laziness, it's wisdom. You know, before a burnout, your body starts being really tired and you keep pushing, and that's where you break mentally. So yeah, when fatigue is whispering, listen to it and slow down. Part 5, accumulations, what we don't release. When the body creates something extra, like a cyst, a swelling, a tension that keeps coming back. It's always this idea of chronic illness, you know, if it's just once like this and it disappears, it's not so relevant, like you don't have to look for a meaning behind it. So it's often about holding on to something, right? And constipation as well, it's like you're holding on to something. Unspoken words, if it's in that region sometimes. Unexpressed grief, so when you're really sad, it builds up, it's not going out. Resentment that keeps looping in the mind. You may have a cyst or a tumor developing in that area. The body holds what the heart hasn't released yet. So if you have something that stays on your stomach, right? You don't digest something, it's because you make a ball out of it, and all the tension is being concentrated there. And until you accept the situation, well, the tension is not going to release. And what can you do to change the situation? Sometimes nothing. Sometimes you just have to accept the way it is. And it's not easy, but again, you can pray or ask for the wisdom to know the difference, right? Part 6, the whisper before the shout. So maybe you've watched my short video, that's why you're here. The body always starts gently, a whisper, a twinge, a bit of tiredness. If we listen, that's enough. But if we ignore it, the whisper becomes a complaint. And if we keep on going, it becomes a shout. Pain isn't there to punish, it's there to communicate. Your body wants to bring you back to balance. Those few sentences are full of wisdom. I hope you can hear that and accept it. It's not so easy to hear, but definitely when in yoga we stop and we do a body scan, we do a bit of yoga nidra, when you're in shavasana at the end of the class, it's the occasion to observe our body from within. Okay, it's called interoception. It's one of the 9 senses we have. We don't have 5 only, but and to take that time to analyze and to listen to your body from within. When you do a posture and you feel, oh, this is that muscle that is being stretched. Oh, okay, and you accompany it. Okay, that's what I try to have my students practice in person and through the videos when it's not just theoretical like today, because this is when you go back to yourself and you go back to the present. You don't have reminiscence about the past. You don't project yourself in the future. You're fully in the present, and this is the only thing that really exists. So yeah, I think that topic has definitely its place in my YouTube channel. And because I'm a yoga teacher, it's my duty to talk about it, even if I'm not doing direct explanations. I think when we read a book on that subject, we tend to read and understand what needs to be, what we need to hear. And it can be the same words for 2 people with the same disease, but they will not hear the same. Different things are going to resonate depending on their history or what's relevant to them. So I'm staying quite on the surface, right? I'm not digging in too deep, because I think that this video is just an introduction, okay? And then it's up to you to, depending on what you feel chronically, where the tension keeps coming back, well, maybe it's up to you to go and do some research, like in the books, in the literature, but also in your body. Take some time to listen to it, analyze, try to change things that you can change. If you can delegate and light the burden from your shoulders, maybe you will have your back that is going to hurt a bit less. If you're hesitating between things and you're not comfortable taking a decision yet, maybe you can just postpone the decision or ask for a delay until you are clear enough in your head and in your heart and everything is aligned, the emotions, the mental, and even the spiritual, if you believe in it. Yeah, where you're supposed to go. Sometimes it's not an easy decision. Maybe sometimes it's very different from what you're used to. But sometimes it feels right, and you can't really explain it. It's something in the lines of instinct, right? So yeah, we forget that we have our instincts. We keep thinking, I was thinking about that in the street earlier today, actually. We believe our senses, right? We believe what we see, what we hear, but what do we feel? How do we feel about a situation? Does it feel right? Or do we feel aligned with something happening? We may not have like logical reasoning arguments to oppose something, but maybe in our hearts, in our instinct, we can say like, no, we don't want to contribute to X, Y, Z. So I think this is very important to, like, yoga helps you to start on this journey. It's not just 1 hour a week in your local studio. I mean, it's good if you already do that, but try to do a bit every day. Every day you should listen to your body because nobody else can do it. And if you don't do it, it's going to feel alone and it may need to shout at some point, you know? So take this habit, checking in with, I mean, it's like a best friend, you know? It's your body is the only one you have. If you don't take care of it, who's gonna do it? And what do you think will happen if you don't take care of your body? You know, you need to take care of your horse if you want to travel a long time. So the same goes for the body. And it's not to become a gymnast and win Olympic medals. We're not all cut out for that, I think. But we're all here to achieve something, and we all have a different role. So listen to it so you feel the guidance, you know? I hope I'm being clear and I'm not going too much forward, but this has a direct line with yoga. That's what I think. And many civilizations have, they've had that instinct, you know, before science was developed the way it is nowadays. They had some feeling that, oh, okay, maybe the nervous system works like this. And now with advanced technology, we are able to prove that this is indeed the way it works. But at the time, they just felt it was like this. And I think we used to be much more in touch with our instincts. And that's also what helped us to survive that long and to evolve the way we did. And now, turning our backs onto this brilliant tool, we're losing, you know? So, okay, enough. Let me go back to the conclusion. Every symptom has a meaning, at least every symptom that is chronic. It's not to make you feel guilty or responsible. Very important as well. But to help you understand yourself better. Because if you're not taking the right direction in your life, or you tend to choose the easy way, your body is going to remind you like, please go the hard way. And at first you may be like, sorry, I'm being very French here. But yeah, your body isn't your enemy. It's your horse for life, right? That's the only one you're gonna ride on. So, it's your ally. It doesn't attack you, it speaks to you. You're a team, you know? And next time, we'll explore another layer of how traditional Chinese medicine links each organ to an emotion. So basically, it's liver and anger, lungs and sadness, kidneys and fear. There's even a link between the upper organs and the lower organs, and there's a brilliant symmetry, you know. Anyways, we'll get into it next time. And I'm looking forward to share that wisdom and that knowledge with you. I hope I'll be able to share and detail that in an easy way for you to apprehend it and maybe to be curious enough to take that research and study it by yourself even more. Yeah, I think this is just a quick introduction. Don't take everything like, okay, that's as far as it goes. It goes way beyond everything I say. If it resonates with you, that topic, please do subscribe. And please do share that video with someone that you think would be interested in, and maybe they need it. Maybe they already know it. Maybe it's going to comfort them in their beliefs and their instinct. Remember that when you start listening, your body doesn't need to shout anymore. Take care.